All right, ladies and gentlemen, you're welcome to another episode of this wonderful show. And sitting right here with me are my bosses. I call them my bosses. I remember I always said Salah, and to my left is Kingin, Bro, the president. Why to my right? I love when people introduce themselves just the way they are. He is the governor. Yes, he's the Jagabanto. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Now, on this show today, we are going to be talking about something very, very crucial. Yeah, very crucial in the sense that it's a topic that has been widely discussed. Not like the topic itself, but generally, it's a topic that has been widely discussed. And there seems to be no specific answer to most of the questions. But I believe the more it's been discussed, the more knowledge has been spread about this issue, and so much homes that have listened have been able to learn and fix so many things in their homes, and something that's become law that they work a lot. So for this reason, we have decided to also delve into this issue and discuss it with our own understanding and the level at which we have come to, acquaint ourselves with this topic. And the topic we'll be discussing today, I'm bringing to you today and to my guest here today, is the things. Those things that we can say are the things that men want in is it should we say in a relationship or in a relationship?
Yes, it is
because
in a relationship.
if I was thinking of limiting it to marriage, but then let's say in relationship and then in marriage. So we are looking. I have a single here and I have a married man here, so it's going to be a balance in relationship and in marriage.
It's 2-1. It's 2-1. Two singles.
So to go straight to the point, let me just make it a direct question to my president here, Kingen. What would you say is the thing men need? Let me not say most. Generally to you, what do men need in a relationship?
Well, if I should put it in one word, as in, let me give a point, because they might actually need a lot of things when it comes to relationship. And for me, I would say, for a start, women should have a manner of communication to their spouse. There should be a way you communicate to your spouse, either your husband or your boyfriend, to say. Sometimes you want to make a point in a very peaceful way, in a very respectful way, but the way you say it matters a lot.
The way and manner at which you say it.
Yes, the way you communicate your point matters a lot. There's a way you make a point, the man will feel maybe you are sounding rude, and it becomes disrespectful. And men easily get angry, especially when they sense some level of disrespect coming from a woman. So men actually need you as a woman to be calming down whenever you are talking to them. So in other sense, I would say men need respect even more in a relationship than any other thing. So if you can give them that respect as a woman, regardless of what you have become, regardless of what you earn, your position in the society, who you have become, educationally, your level of exposure, you shouldn't take that away from them. Give them respect.
All right, thank you very much. That was a very straight and direct one. He started from communication and ended in respect. First of all, you must be able to communicate, and you must also know that above all, respect is paramount. All right, so you as a youngster who has been dealing with, I believe as a governor, have a lot of young girls around you and all that. So what would you say? As a governor and an entrepreneur, I believe you have come through a lot of young girls and young guys also. You know them, you've talked to them.
Just like always. Before you get to the meeting.
Always.
Before you get to the meeting.
I'm not saying anything about that.
Okay.
So, what would you say? Not just personally what you want, but from observation from men generally, what would you say men need more.
Okay. Thank you very much for this question, and also a big thanks to my presidency for making it out to this interview. It's not really, it's not an easy thing to have a president in the midst of governor and his executive. It takes a lot to bring him down. So I must say a big thank you to him. And also I would like to ship you a few things from what he said earlier on, which he mentioned communication and respect. And I think I'll start from that point.
Are you agreeing with him?
Yes, in a sense, there's an agreement there. That
I would like you to go direct. Just tell me what you think.
Okay.
So it won't be as if you are shedding a light on his point.
Okay.
What do you think?
Okay. In a point, like, there is no way that a woman will be with a man, or a man will admire a woman in this context of what we are discussing about without respect. So what I'm trying to say is that he has said it all with just use one rope to tie everything, communication and respect. So in my own way of adding to what he has just said already, what do the man need more for a woman, or the needs of a man for a woman in a relationship? I would say what I would add to what he has already said is support. Men need support from their women. There are different levels of support that you can give to your man. Support in communication, support in advice, support in labor, or in finance. So there are different levels of support which you can give to your man. Sometimes men mostly they like it when say most of the time is you are not being told as his woman to please take this thing away from me, and you just notice that with our own concept you just that this thing is not good here, let me take it out from you, and the man will just do it. She tried, she just remove this thing from here. Literally the man would have done it, but because of too much workload or too much stress, or he has too much on his head that he's pondering about, he will not be able to go and just do it. But for the woman to have done it is a relief upon him and is a support upon him. I think that would be my take on just this little.
Okay. I would have come back to you to ask you a few questions again, but let me still stick to you. On the area of support, right? I'll go back to you on that. But the area of support you talked about, I have noticed, though we are not talking about men to women, just like men believe that women takes advantage of supporting them and all that, there's also this possibility of a man taking advantage of that. Like a woman tends to support, pay one or two bills, try to get involved in some things that might not really be necessarily her responsibility. Let me use that word. And then it comes to a point that the day the woman did not do, the man will say, don't you know you're supposed to do this thing?
Okay.
You get it? Don't you know you're supposed to do this thing? And with that, you begin to expound more responsibilities on the lady and all that. So what do you say in terms of taking advantage of those little supports you're talking about?
Okay, literally, like what you said, most persons do take advantage of such things. Such cases whereby a woman is supposed to be an helpmate, a support mate to you, but you in the other way around, maybe along the line there's a bridge of communication or misunderstanding. Let me use it, misunderstanding, because actually if you understand each other and there is a level of support you should agree to the man, and the man understands this your level of support, I don't think that should be an issue between both parties. But if that bridge of understanding has been knitting up, and there is this key thing that you are supposed to understand, whereby there is a little bridge of anger, whereby one has to calm down for one, just for the sake of understanding.
Exactly.
Then that one fail at that minute to calm down, you will have a future there. And you now start seeing it as a law. That I told you something, or I did this for you, I'm expecting you to do this kind of thing, and you did it this way, and it will just use it to something else. And at the end of the day, it will not go down well.
If I get you very well, but I'm also seeing a word coming out from what you're saying. I'm seeing a word. And what's that word? You talk about understanding, right?
Exactly.
I'm looking at the area of compromise. Because understanding must lead to compromise.
Yes.
If you understand certain things, it's then necessary for you to be willing to compromise.
Understand.
Because if you say yes, I understand that my husband always throws his shoe around up and down. So you always want to pick it. The man should also understand that that's a stress on the part of the woman. And once in a while, even if he cannot pick it, as she does it, he should say thank you. I'm not seeing it as a privilege. You understand?
Yes.
And if the woman has talked to the husband is adamant, like that is him. He has been like that. She should also be willing to compromise and say, okay, let me accept my husband like this on this particular area. Let me just cover this area up. And not get angry or start being reactional about it. Am I still in line with you?
Yes, you are in line. In fact, you are on track.
You're on track.
Yeah, you are on track.
Compromise.
Yes.
Okay, back to my presido. Quick one. Talk about communication, many communication, and ultimately respect more than any other thing. Respect. We have seen people out of frustration shout things like, let's say a man that the wife is being deprived of other necessities, like sex, for example.
Yeah.
I say, leave that thing. Don't respect me. Do your duties. You know, like the general say, who respect them?
That's the one you like side.
Who respect them? You know, Konji is killing me, I'm talking about help. You're talking about respect. You know, hungry is killing me, I'm talking about respect. You know, and all that. The home is dirty, yet you are talking about respect. You're not cooking, you're not meeting up with those other domestic responsibilities. I'm talking about respect. So how do you now handle it in the circumstance whereby is it possible for a woman to be so respectful and yet not be meeting up in one or two areas? And if it is possible, how then do you explain that aspect?
Well, everybody have some level of shortcomings when it comes to relationship. There is no island in these things, you understand? And men, if you understand yourself very well as a man, you will know that men literally glorifies themselves in little things that women does for them. Men does not really need you to go the extra mile. They just want you to be there that little time, little things you do for them, and the little support you can give to them, and they are okay. Understand? A man can literally give you 100,000, go and buy clothes for yourself, and you end up buying a bossa of 2,000 naira from the man from that 100,000. The man will be appreciative of it. Like, wow, my wife did this for me. We will be dancing. That's just a man for you. Understand? So, if any man who needs all this from a woman, like you want your woman to be humble, respectful, to be there whenever you call, of course, you as a man, you also understand that your woman is not an animal or is not a dummy that you do everything, like everything. Because if you look at it very well, she have her own say. She have her own life, like in one way or the other. There are some things you will be expecting her to do which she might not be comfortable doing. So as a man, when it comes to this point, you should understand, or if you have a better reason of correcting such wrong, you should do that in love as well. There are ways of trashing this issue, not necessarily flaming up.
Communication.
These things, yeah.
Communication.
But communicate in the, but you know, we men naturally are emotional beings. So the way that a woman will communicate to a man respectfully and the man will appreciate it, the man may do it in a different way, lovingly. Women like when you communicate to them in a loving way, romantically, you know, they are very soft, subtle. When you do that, you have captured them. You can go tell them to sleep in the gutter and they will do that because they will be like, that's my love. So that's just
You're telling me that a lovely communication is your tomoko. All the moving button of a woman.
That's the moving button of a woman.
Okay.
Understand?
Okay.
Just by having
You said it so.
they are easily carried away with.
That's on you.
Understand? Attention. They are emotional over all these things. But you see, men are not like that. Men are more or less thinkers. They think ahead. They are, you know, they are just this straight. And they just need you to be up and doing one or two. But for women, they need the love, they need the attention, they need the soft. Understand? Little gifts here and there, taking them out here and there. That's for women for you.
All right. That was wonderful. Thank you very much, my president. Thank you, Honorable Governor. It's been a wonderful conversation so far, and I love all the points that have been pointed, all the points that have been, outlined here. They are wonderful ones. Communication, the key to a successful relationship. Then respect, one of the most important things that a man needs in a relationship. Then our brother here talk about support, which must be applied with understanding, and of course compromise. Of course, there's more than enough we can talk about this topic. We can keep going on and on and on and continue discussing. But then we can't do everything at one clip. So maybe we'll come again from a different fashion some other time. Then we can twist the issue a little bit different.
Break it
down. But if you have any other thing you want to add to this topic, feel free to go to the comment section and add it there and tell us what you think about it. Thank you very much, and thanks for coming.
Thank you very much.
Honorable Governor. Thank you very much. Yeah, I'm your host, Salah. See you next time.